Well, hello there. It's that time again. Actually, it's past due. It is indeed time for the blog that truly blazes and has been blazing since 2008. It's rare that I miss a week, but last week I did. We did not do the blog. Now, the reason we didn't do it is I have my hands full. We had many visitors, which is good. I'm glad it was the holidays and we had family and dealing with Barbara. Barbara's doing much better. You probably know she took a tumble December 18th, right at the start of Mercury retrograde. She fell down in a parking lot at the library and she badly injured her elbow. Thank God she didn't break anything. She really didn't. What it turned out she did is she had like a very big puncture wound in the elbow, about that big around. Most of the end of the elbow was like just a mess. And the bone was exposed and some wires from her previous operation because she had damaged this elbow before, torn the olecranon, which is the hinge joint, and it had to be restored with wires. Well, she busted all the wires and she got a bunch of debris in the wound, so they had to do a surgical debridement, clean it out. The surgeon, it's the same surgeon that worked on her before, he knew exactly what to do. He pulled all the wires out, so all of that came out of her. The hinge is intact, everything is well, and as a matter of fact, she has gotten her stitches out. The other day, the doctor said take all of the stitches out. He put some sterile strips on it instead, and she's basically done. She doesn't even have to go back and visit the surgeon unless it's needed. So I'm very grateful to all of you, every single one of you that prayed for her and sent healing. This is a proof that Reiki works. This is a proof of the reality of the mighty angel Raphael, who I also asked for help for Barbara, angel of healing, healing of God. He also stepped in and helped Barbara. So between the angels and the people praying and sending Reiki, we've seen some wonderful results. She's doing very, very well. And we do thank you again for your prayers and healing and for your concern, because we had a lot of people respond on Facebook to this incident. And again, we're very, very grateful for that. So now what I'm going to do is a little bit different now. Another reason I held off too, I decided I wanted to kind of like just take a short break, and I want to come back into this with an overview of the upcoming year in the light of the Tarot. We're still going to do 3-card readings. I'm going to do that probably in a couple of days. I'll go ahead and kickstart the week, for the new year, starting next week. But right now I want to take a look at this year, 2017. Here we are. 2017 in the light of the Tarot and of numerology. And again, it is an interesting ride, so do stay tuned in. Okay, so to start with, let's look at this year, 2017. Let's look at 2020. 20 is the group number. Every year in the 21st century is going to start with 20. Now, what is the significance of 20? Well, 20 in the Tarot points to the card called Judgment in the Rider-Waite pack, or in my Crowley Thoth Tarot, the Aeon. Now, the idea of judgment in the original card was one of the second coming of Christ. You see the angel blowing his horn. People are raising from the dead, being caught up in the rapture. Aleister Crowley depicts it as a triumvirate of deities, Egyptian in origin, Nuit, Hadit, and Ra-Hoor-Khuit. Basically, Ra-Hoor-Khuit is a manifestation of Horus, and Horus is depicted on the card, this big baby holding the sign of silence, which is a containment of the mysteries and a reserving of energy. Also a way of sealing the aura in traditional ceremonial practice. Now, the significance of this card for us and for this Aeon is that this is, according to Crowley, the Aeon of Horus, the Aeon of individuality. The previous Aeon was the Aeon of Osiris, the Aeon of dying gods. This is the living God that lives within us, our personal empowerment, our individuality, and our freedom. Also, it is representative of pure elemental fire. Fire burns away that which is not needed. This is a time for clarity. This is a time for getting rid of outmoded traditions, for discarding those things which do not work for us. And that's been the nature now of this aeon, of this age, is a radical amount of change. More has happened in the last, honestly, 20 or 30 years than what probably happened in the last 500. In terms of human history, technological development, energy is accelerating, many, many things happening. So this number 20 is very, very powerful. And it does define our age very well, as we can see what's going on so far. Okay, so the next number to look at is 17. Now, 17 in the Tarot is attributed to the star. The star, that lovely symbol of hope, optimism, raising up our vibration, attributed to Aquarius. Now, of course, people have spoken of this aeon as being the age of Aquarius. It's actually not, technically speaking. The aeon of Aquarius, age of Aquarius, would be around 2200 AD. That's when the sun is going to actually rise in the sign of Aquarius. So we're a little ways off from having the actual Aquarian age. But it is Aquarian in the fact that Aquarius represents humanitarianism, raising a vibration, tends to be very broad-minded. You know, this is a mark of our times. Again, more learning, more knowledge, more freedom, okay, than what we probably have ever had in the history of humankind. Of course, we have many challenges. We have some terrible things that go on around us, but that's just part of the nature of the human condition. That's part of where we're at. But we can overcome that through grace, through love, through understanding, through raising our vibration. We can evolve to where these things do not have to happen. Of course, that's a pretty tall order, and it's going to be a long time before we get there, but it's something to certainly shoot for. But this year, okay, this year of 17, Aquarius, ruled by Uranus in modern astrology, Saturn in the old astrology, and also ruled by Archangel Uriel, angel of Uranus, okay, great radical power, change and transformation, a time of shaking up, a time of radical change. And I think that's appropriate for this year. I know we want to leave 2016 behind. For a lot of us, it was not a pleasant year. This is definitely going to be a very, very powerful, and I think, despite even some of the negative events that happened just even like yesterday or day before with the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting, I still feel like this is definitely going to be a better year. Okay, so let's go ahead and reduce these numbers a bit more. Now, if we add up 2, 0, 1, and 7 together, we're going to come up with 10. Now, normally you add the 1 and the 0 together, the 10, to come up with 1, but let's stop at 10 for a second. Let's just go ahead and stop and look at this 10. 10 in the Tarot is attributed to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune traditionally gets attributed to Jupiter, but it's also a karmic wheel. It can roll against us, it can roll for us, rolling us forward. This is a pivotal time. This is a time to make changes, a time to make decisions, a year that I think is crucial for us. We can move forward, we can move backward. We can get caught up in hatred, anger, discord, or we can choose again to elevate our vibration, to move forward, to look towards higher things, and to achieve more harmony, or at least strive to do so. Okay? So this is a year when we can expand. Now, if we go with the Jupiter attribution for the number 10, for Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter is prosperity, Jupiter is employment, Jupiter is promotion, Jupiter is generous. So this is a year where we can have a lot of things going for us materially, spiritually, emotionally, if we choose to do so. And as we reduce all these numbers down to the primary number, we can see the truth in this. That's right. If we take all the numbers and reduce it down, it comes down to 1. Okay? 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7, 10, 1 plus 0, 1. 1 is a number of new beginnings. 1 is the origin, the source, the power. Attributed in the Tarot to the magician, Mercury. Our ability to be in touch with our talents, our ability to bring out more of ourselves, to use our mentality, our minds, to higher and better things. Of course, our minds can work against us. Our imagination, we can create hell with it. We can create heaven. Let's create heaven on earth. It's fun. Let's try. We can do it. Let's try. Doesn't hurt to try. Project the good things out there. Hope for the very best. And know that you can make a difference. Yes, you and you with your thoughts, your vibration, your spiritual beliefs, healing, you do make a difference. It does matter. Don't fall into cynicism, despair, dismay, and just say, it just doesn't matter. I can't overcome this stuff. No, it does matter. We change individually, one person at a time. We can change the planet. Again, a long-winded process. I know it's not going to happen soon, but we do not have to give in to that negativity. But this being a Mercury year is very powerful. Mercury ends and changes and begins. Okay? Like the Ouroboros, the tail, the serpent eating its tail, the figure 8. Okay? That's what this is. This is coming around full circle, coming up into higher vibration and making new beginnings. So this can be indeed what we see in the light of numerology and the tarot, a very, very blessed year. Well, there you go. The blog blazed in a new direction. You blazed with it if you watch this far. Thanks a lot for watching my blog. I really appreciate it. Until I see you next week, many, many blessings.